Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Pokerole. This is episode 96 after a bit of a delay, and unfortunately it will be a shorter one tonight. But hey, I feel like some people like the shorter episodes, actually, because they're more digestible in a single viewing. But yeah, we've had a lot going on this Christmas as a general group of players, including bad events and just Christmas being Christmas. So yeah, we've been having a few delays here and there. It kind of feels like we've been going around in a circle where it's like, alright, if this player gets a delay, now this player gets a delay. It's very unfortunate, but it's just kind of beyond our circumstances. So, no, the game's not dead, and this may be a short session, but we should be able to pick back up. After this session, we should be able to pick back up onto a normal schedule as far as I'm aware. Everything should normalize a bit more. Correct me if I'm wrong, of course, other players, but I think also Christmas will be passing soon. That'll also benefit in some ways as well. What is it with Christmas? Christmas is... I like Christmas, but it kind of sucks sometimes. Obligations, events, general hecticness. But in any case, I hope you guys are happy to be here all the same for a shorter episode. But before we begin, if you liked the video, do think about giving it a like. And if you haven't subscribed yet, think about doing that as well. But if you really want to help out, come over to Twitch. We're trying to reach a partner over here, but we really just need more people. we have been lower on views lately, for the last couple months, honestly. So if you want to come by, whether it's lurk or a talk, think about doing so. It really does help out. It makes a big difference. Also, we have a pretty cool Discord community if you want to check that out. I got a coffee link if you want to help directly monetize my content, and I have a merch store if you want to buy some cool items. And of course, I would be remiss not to mention the fact that we have a wiki for our Pokerole game. You can check that out, pokerpioneers.fandom.com. Maybe help add to pages if you want, or just read pages for things like recaps if you don't want to watch all the episodes back to catch up on everything. That's very helpful. A lot of stuff done by Inio, who is the main person who contributes to the wiki. Thank you very much for that again. But yeah, check it out if you're interested. With that being said, hello players. I know for a fact that Kyrio will not be on mic because he's still dealing with some stresses himself. Just wants a break from that. I think everybody else is here though, on mic anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Let's go.
Hello.
And welcome.
Right. I'm gonna do a quick synopsis of last time. People can ask me for details later, or someone in chat can correct me, because that's gonna happen anyway. And I mean that with all the love in the world, chat. I should also note, we have a lot of people here tonight. I appreciate that.
Yes, I will say, as an addition to that, thank you, streamgoers, for waiting on the delay. I appreciate it.
So last time, I believe we honed in on everybody being able to meet up after their research sessions. And effectively all getting sent the same direction, sort of, kind of. Though before Ralph goes over and joins the group, he tries to intimidate and execute an Espoint that are having a tea party or some such, and he fails. He tried, but alas. But the group ends up navigating upwards in the Library of Clairvoyance, which I should probably put the music on, but I'm doing the recap. I'll do that in a minute. And in the process of reuniting and debriefing each other as they go up, they encounter a Malamar, who previously Tucker and Luxray had passed. And the Malamar seems to know Luxray to some extent, at least from when they previously lived in the library. And at some point the Malamar calls Ryda a chalkboard, and uses an illusion to make Ryda look like a chalkboard. Because... Though the Malamar does let slip that apparently Luxray left the library with a certain feline and didn't intend to return. And then I believe Ralph tried to consume the bubble that Malamar was floating in, and so Malamar just sort of bounced away.
Yes. Yeah. I was like gulping the water. She was like, ew, what? No, that's what you want.
This isn't how you treat friends!
And with such confidence, he's like, oh, I know what to do.
I know how to solve this
Great.
problem. Eventually, the group reaches the top of the library, or rather what appears to be a ceiling, made of stained glass. They decide to knock on the ceiling and short protocol when it comes to meeting Mewtwo, the head archivist, or rather, head librarian. But it's only after Florence shouts housekeeping through the glass that the panes slide open to create an entryway for the group to fit through. And they pass into a very cozy-looking study/personal little library with a desk, an empty seat, and then a fireplace with lavender flames in it, and a sofa. And then everybody, sans Tucker, is greeted by Mewtwo. Because Tucker's a dark type. And Mewtwo, I have to confess, is probably one of my favorite NPCs to deal with so far.
Oh yes, that's right. I remember. Now I need to share art.
Oh, that's right. There's so much art.
I'll do that as you continue.
Yes. Everyone seems to affectionately call them retired Mewtwo. I'm fine with that. But Mewtwo is lounging on the sofa, and they compliment the group on dealing with the Malamar in the way they did. But it takes him a while... Yeah, it takes him a while to notice that Ralph is repeating his sentences for Tucker's sake, and then Mewtwo apologizes and gets a twisted spoon out of his desk drawer and stuffs it in Tucker's scarf. Yes, I forgot the word. Scarf, so that he can hear the telepathy. The group tells Mewtwo that they're trying to locate Hatterene in order to assist the shaman that they found, that they want to heal. But before Mewtwo focuses on that topic, he focuses on Florence, and then calls him out for being an acolyte, very rudely, as Florence retorts. There's even a specific quote in here, "Is Meloetta not returning your calls?" Which is probably the best quote to have stuck in the story arc recap, I have to say. But in spite of Florence being all grumbly, that Mewtwo has revealed his secret oh so casually, and just confused everybody else. Mewtwo effectively just creates a dinner table and a whole bunch of other stuff for people to eat and or be refreshed with. There are also private discussions that are had via telepathy, because Mewtwo can do that.
This shirt is canonical, right?
Yes, the shirt is totally canonical. I mean, I described him wearing the shirt. I should hope it's canonical.
Kyrio did this amazing art. You guys may have seen it in the last thumbnail, but here's the full.
Unintentionally, it is also basically the shirt that the main character from Night in the Woods wears. So I guess I accidentally channeled that.
This is definitely the chillest I've ever seen of Mewtwo, and I vibe with this character a lot.
They're a wonderful character. I love them. It's a shame I'm not going to get to use them terribly long.
I'm guessing Kyrio vibed with them too. That's why the random art showed up. I really appreciate this art. Here's a chalkboard too.
Eventually, the topic does return to the shaman, and Mewtwo says that he would help the shaman himself, but can't leave the library. Which everybody can kind of understand, without Mewtwo having to explain the quantum physics. But given that, Mewtwo decides to assist the team in locating Hatterene, even if it's going to be a hassle. But Mewtwo at least explains Hatterene's absence, and that they like to hide away in the library due to how sensitive their species are to the emotions of others, which can result in violent outbursts. So, he locates them and tells the group he will open up the first of Hatterene's defenses for them, and that they'll have to manage through the rest by themselves, and should probably do that as quickly as possible for everybody's benefit. With everyone ready to begin, Mewtwo just straight up makes an elevator appear in a doorway and takes everybody down to the lowest floor. Possibly. Ralph, Rhyda, and the others also get to have more telepathic conversations with Mewtwo, but they have about as much luck extracting information from Mewtwo as Ralph is, due to him answering questions in a very literal and concise manner. But one such question causes Mewtwo to halt the elevator and request that Rhyda wait for Hatterene to be collected before he answers one such question, which Rhyda agrees to do, as certain matters need to be attended to beforehand. I know what question this refers to, I don't know if anybody else remembers, but I remember. Then the descent resumes. Tucker also asks if he could learn to use psychic-type abilities to help him learn to control his emotions and better understand others, which the answer is, that's not impossible, but it would be difficult for a dark type to do that. After all questions are asked, the elevator comes to its final stop, and the doors open, revealing a grassy plain that's being attended to by Executor, and when they look upwards, it becomes clear that it's some sort of internal greenhouse. Mewtwo calls it hydroponics. There are also... Yep, hydroponics. Or hydroponics, as the case may be. Ha 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 ha. There are also Solrock and Lunatone to provide energy for the plants within to photosynthesize, and creating a synthetic day-night cycle. Mewtwo then guides the crew to a wall, and then has it open up, revealing a sort of passage that Hatterene has made into her own special space. Warns the group against the defenses being tricky to deal with, though not necessarily lethal. It should also be noted that during the trip through hydroponics, Rhyda and Brooke happen to have a bit of a conversation with each other, where Rhyda's mental state becomes briefly unstable, as they realize some of their memories aren't quite adding up. But Brooke manages to calm Rhyda down, and says that they can figure certain things out later, and perhaps Rhyda can officially join Team Cheer in the future. Like they haven't already. Rhyda thanks Brooke and states that they would like to join when the time seems appropriate. Like they haven't already. I mean, yes, it is a formality. Let me go turn on the music. Okay. Right then. The way before you lies open. As I collect my notes.
I'm still showing the absolute deluge of NEO Christmas art. Hold on.
There is so much art.
My favorite is Mariah Carey.
Ah, gosh.
I don't know which one that is.
It's on the left already. You are currently sharing Mariah Carey. It's such a great turn of phrase, though. And now I too may chill with the audience with this great Hollow Bastion-esque music.
It does kind of have a Hollow Bastion feel, you're right.
Probably part of why I like it so much. I have always enjoyed Hollow Bastion.
Likewise, actually, might be the reason I like it too.
Even though I am eternally frustrated by the one gate puzzle down in the waterways with the one area that looks like you should be able to get into it, but you can't.
Oh, what? I don't remember this. Normally areas like that really bother me too. I don't think I remember that one, though.
I specifically remember it, and it's... I think one of the reasons I so badly wanted to get into it is because I thought a chest was in there, and there might have been, back in the original PS2 version, that was just left in from, like, a dev thing, maybe. But, like, no, you could not get back there because of the way the gates worked.
Huh. Wait, is this a Christmas edition, or is this just Rise in a Dapper coat? I can't remember.
No, that's just Rise being dapper. That was from when
Rise.
That's just from when Rise answered a question.
That's right. There was a clothing question in the Pokerole chat, in the Pokerole group, which I forgot to mention that there's a Pokerole Discord. I was trying to say that in the intro, but I forgot this time. Oh well. There is. You can access it off our normal Discord.
Yep. Several of the outfits that Rise described are combined together, and it's not wholly unpleasant to look at.
Not wholly unpleasant. Only partially. And then we have a timer.
I mean, it looks better than I would have imagined it to.
And yes, that was all
also,
Ennio. That was how many drawings did Ennio do?
So many.
1, 2, 3.
Also, I am teasing. Please, any of you, if you're hearing this, please don't feel bad. It actually does look quite good.
10 drawings. Alright. That'll put up my favorite ones. For the meantime. But, yeah. The art sharing outlasted the intro, unfortunately. Or perhaps fortunately, when you look at it that way. I'll put that one. And I'll put that one, because they're the most relevant right now. There.
So, I forget how I described the opening last time, in case anyone in chat wants to correct me. Before I decide to, like, retcon that and describe it entirely differently.
What part?
The opening into Hatterene's, defenses. I feel like I just described it as an archway.
I don't remember entering.
Well, you didn't enter yet. We ended before then.
Oh.
Oh, wait. I think you guys just stopped in front of the wall.
I remember us marveling at the hydroponics and the soul rock and the lunatone. Which I don't know if you addressed in the intro because I was busy sharing the art.
Yeah, no, Mewtwo was going to open up the defenses and then just, like, lounge in hydroponics.
Oh, I think Fire's right. I think there was a crack.
Ah, yes. It is effectively a crack in the wall that is opened up.
We didn't even have to use a bomb.
You have Mewtwo, the ultimate bomb. And no, they haven't gone through. Sith is correct. The team tier has not gone through yet. I believe Mewtwo also warned Team Cheer that the more of you that go in, the worse the defenses will be.
does raise some amount of concern.
And if he did not warn you before, I'm just going to straight up give you guys the warning now. Hatterene is sensitive to emotional states, so the more of you that there are trying to get deeper, the worse it gets.
Well, at least Ryder gets in for free.
Yeah.
Hatterene, just completely ignoring Ryda standing there, actually jumps and drops their book because Ryda is standing there.
I should be fine. I have a history of doing well with locations that fuck with the other character's emotional state.
I think Tucker would probably be the most vulnerable to this.
To the defenses?
Well,
yeah,
it's
but
not.
they're based off emotion. Well, not that they're more easily detectable for emotion. I can't speak.
It's okay.
Well, have we basically defined that they're basically emotionally based defenses? Then yeah, perhaps so. I mean, given Hatterene's nature.
You guys don't know what the defenses are. Just that Hatterene is sensitive to the emotions of other creatures because that's what their species is like.
Right.
So their defenses are probably going to fight you harder if you have more extreme emotional states. Anyone who knows the Hatterene line Pokedex entries will understand what I'm referencing. They're
And
the
thus-
opposite of Chansey. They'll beat you up for being sad.
And thus, the more people go in, the more emotions are going to be swirling around and possibly making things worse. Possibly. So,
Yeah, I think we'll be fine. But...
Mewtwo leaning on their giant spoon as they wait for y'all to make a decision. Doesn't even need to lean, they're actually floating partially off the floor.
slump in is comfortable, whether or not it's required for gravity's sake.
Look, Mewtwo's a cat. His spine is a suggestion. Varian, you're not allowed to say anything about the defenses because you were part of the discussion about the defenses.
By the way, Varian, thanks for coming by again.
Even if that was a discussion I made over a month ago now in preparation.
At least you have a good memory. Also, sorry, I had to turn the AC back on.
That's okay.
The heater is very strong because of how freaking cold it is outside.
Yeah, I think we'll be fine. I think we'll go in there, we'll ask politely and, wing it.
You'd think it would be that easy, wouldn't you?
Well, I know. Maybe we don't got it going. I'll knock on the door. I'm gonna wanna knock. Like next to the crack. Like knock, knock, knock.
Brooke shrugs. I'm not going to order any of you guys inside, but I'm going in at least. Wow, that is not my normal Brooke voice.
Actually, it doesn't sound that far off.
Yeah, same. I mean, I mean, if you think maybe you'll hold us back or something, I don't know. I thought you'll be good.
Luxray shakes their head. As much as I would like to accompany you, it is probably best that I not. And given Florence's propensity for chaos, you should probably wait outside as well. Oi, what? Now you listen here. I can be just as helpful as any of the rest of them.
Tucker kind of gives a side look to Ralph as the conversation about chaos comes into play. Yeah, we should probably keep that down.
Oh, not you lot too.
Don't worry, I won't let any chaos. I won't let you cause any chaos, little puppy. Don't you worry. You too, Ryder. I know I can tell you're a real loose cannon, but don't worry, I keep you in check.
Tucker squints with his left eye, his left ear drooping at the same time. He says nothing.
Raiden doesn't pay any mind to the comment and just goes, I shall proceed in as well.
Tucker nods. I guess we should just watch our emotions somewhat.
Well, considering Hatterene's area of expertise, I would be most intrigued to know how this goes. Don't worry. I'll be watching from the comfort of my hammock. And they just point in a direction. There is suddenly a hammock between two trees.
Oh, you gotta teach me that one. Yeah, I see you soon.
What? Once again, because I know I made this reference before. I'm sorry before I do Brooke's line. But just like, you two... Because I know I did it with another character, but just doing the SpongeBob imagination gesture, complete with rainbow letters for imagination popping up briefly.
Meanwhile, Ralph has no interest in being imaginative. He just wants the specific ability to make hammocks.
I mean, that's pretty creative. Okay, Florence, you stay here, Brooke says. The four of us seem prepared to go, he announces. Alright then. Off you go. Don't worry. Our defenses will probably spit you out somewhere else in the tower. So, if you happen to fail, try again, right? They give this sort of very relaxed and amused smile as they just start floating along towards their hammock. Florence grumbles and Luxray starts pushing them off in that direction. Tenacity is my middle name, Brooke smiles.
I shall keep that in mind.
Yeah, totally.
Meanwhile, Tucker is the only one that contemplates that probably that Mewtwo said.
And, yeah, that's great, Tucky. You finally remembered your middle name, John. Yeah, for the longest time, only I remembered my, my full name.
Brooke rolls his eyes.
What's hilarious is that Ralph is doing it ironically just to be a little shit, just to be a trolling.
Little.
Right.
Brooke rolls his eyes. Let's just go.
I just find it funny that Ryder took it literally, but Ralph pretended to take it literally because he's a troll.
All
You're
right.
an absolute dork.
So we're gonna explore in a fun little way.
Oh yeah.
I'm not going to use the tiles.
Oh yeah. Do you want to change the map? Do you think there's a
Nope.
map environment change that we should do?
Here is fine. You're still in the tower.
True.
We're going to use a bit of theater of the mind because of the way that this stuff shifts around.
Okay.
So, as you all sort of squeeze your way into the crack, even though Like, if Ralph goes first, it's gonna be real weird to watch because his body literally squeezes and contorts through the crack like frickin' silly putty.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
no. I immediately think of the video of the crab in the high-pressure pipe underwater, which is very sad but also amusing.
Slurp. But, I mean, once you pass through, it's a sort of dim hallway. And it's kind of foggy, weirdly enough, and there's the smell of dusty, musty old tomes and stone at the moment. As you start wandering through this archival hall, and I need somebody to roll an exploration die.
How does this place look compared to the normal library sections?
Foreboding.
Because it's misty?
Well,
Or-
look, Misty has orange hair and she's foreboding. This is foreboding in the traditional sense.
You said there was a haze, though, right?
Yes, there is a haze, and it's dimly lit. The little light crystals are still there, the lamps.
Okay, Hatterene has
But-
PS1 draw distance, got it.
Yes, it's on purpose. Also, unfortunately, Ryder rolled first, so you guys don't get the special thing yet.
Okay.
Dang.
Dang, it's too bad a writer rolled. Unfortunate. No, it's fine.
It's okay, somebody will roll a 6 eventually. Maybe. So as you pass through this twisting hall, you reach an open space of sorts with an archway in it that's in the way. Like, it's an open space, and the walls sort of curve in towards the frame of the archway. And it clearly looks like it bends back outward again on the other side.
Looks like a kind of so it's a threshold of sorts to the next area.
Yes. The archway has vines curling around it, and the floor of this room appears to almost mimic that of a garden. At the bottom... Oh, there's a term for the... It's not a crenellation, that's definitely... It starts with a C, but the... You know, like the corner strips at the bottom of walls and stuff, that? Instead of that, there's these little bushes with flowers in it that sort of run a trail up along over the archway. And no, it does not appear that you can just walk around it or get above it.
So it's technically an open archway, though, or is it blocked
Yes.
off? Okay.
It is an open archway.
Okay. Tucker will attempt to very cautiously, because it does seem a little odd. So basically, it's like a climbing vine climbing the arch, right? Effectively.
Yes.
Okay, he's gonna touch it gently on, like, one of the base of the archway.
It feels real. It rustles like plant matter.
He watches to see if it reacts to his touch or if it just is a plant.
It is just plant.
Okay.
Decorative features. Keep alert. Try and stick together, Rook says. I'll go in first. Right.
Alright, Captain.
Brooke, I need you to make an insight contest logic check, please.
Incense check. What do you smell?
Incense check. Yeah, I know. I'm slurring my words.
Smells of lavender.
Okay. You pass through. Nothing happens. You're on the other side. You realize, sort of looking at the way the room bends and contorts in the weird way it does to make the archway impossible to get around, it's vaguely hourglass shaped. If you were to look at it from above, per se.
Huh. Alright. Tucker would probably go next then, seeing as Brooke went through with nothing happening.
Alright. Go ahead.
What's the roll
And in
again?
fact, insight contest logic. And unless people are doing anything special as they're walking through, feel free to also roll.
All I think Tucker's doing is just doing it, so he's just going to walk through standardly, but with a bit of a pace to it.
Instinct survival logic, he said.
Instinct
So we
contest. Insight
Instinct.
contest logic.
Insight concept. Alright.
Yeah, sorry.
Did
Did I say instinct?
You said
no,
insight.
I just misheard it. Yeah, I just
Okay. I know
Okay.
sometimes I say the wrong word.
Also, it's a pretty good roll, though. Insight contest logic for Ralph, so...
It's good for most of you.
Yeah, actually it is. Huh.
Okay.
3 or 6, nothing else.
Ralph is also fine. Question for Tucker first, because Tucker went through before the others.
Okay.
What do you want most?
I suppose what would be on his mind most, with everything that he's experienced right now, he would be... peace, harmony. The naive desire for people to get along.
Something tangible that you want most.
Hmm.
Actually, since you and Ryda both got 3, what does Ryda also desire? Something tangible that they would want.
That's the thing. It's hard to imagine Ryder wanting anything tangible. Everything is just information.
Huh. So the tangibility of an
So-
informational book, then.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe perhaps information on Arceus, like a book.
Wouldn't that be... Wouldn't what Ryder desires like an encyclopedia set at that point? Like, wouldn't that be like jackpot?
They want a laptop or a tablet.
They want access to the internet.
And they want your Wi-Fi password, yeah.
That's fantastic.
Let's see.
But yeah, I guess a book on Arceus would be best thing.
What about something that Tucker wants?
His main motivations are concepts that he wishes to strive towards, but tangibility-wise, that's a lot simpler.
Food?
I suppose that is one thing, actually. Actually, wait, that's an important question, perhaps? When was the last time they ate?
They ate when you two gave them food.
Oh, that's right. Okay, he's actually fed right now, so food wouldn't be on top priority. He probably would be like...
A
It'd probably go
squeaky
to...
toy.
I was gonna say it might go to base desires, more baser interests, like desires for more outfits, like Rise, cute things, or... Yeah. I guess, is that too vague to say cute things? Yes, you can work off of any of those, honestly. Any of those suggestions work.
Okay. So, Brooke, one thing that you notice as Tucker passes through, and the others are following behind, a pair of pedestals end up appearing. One when Tucker walks through the archway, and one when Ryda does. Tucker's pedestal has a very adorable Pucciana stuffy toy. And Tucker, when you see this, you immediately know it has a squeaky in it. For Ryda, on your pedestal is a white book with gold leaf, embossed with the mark of Arceus on it. And you get the intense feeling that this book has the information that you were looking for earlier.
Are these pedestals? They basically popped up past the archway, right? So where we're at now.
Yes, past the archway.
Okay.
So, since you guys rolled a 3 and not less than that, you understand that these things are probably not real, because they showed up after you passed the archway.
Tucker does light up at the sight of the plushie, but yes, he's immediately suspicious, though a little bit sad that he's suspicious of it too. Like, that looks good. I want that, but I shouldn't take it.
Ryder gives a little head tilt and then just completely ignores it for the rest of the time, knowing obviously there's no way that's real.
Why would that be all the way down here and placed in such a conspicuous manner? That's dumb.
Especially after told all they have is the religious text.
Yup.
We have squeaky toys at home. Meanwhile, the squeaky toys at home.
Squeaky toys at home. Lizard's tail shivers. Someone is talking about me.
Look, I can meme too, everyone. I'm a fellow rad meme person. I don't know. Other words. Hello, fellow kids. Radical.
How do you do, fella?
It should be noted that Brooke and Ralph are both able to see these illusions as well.
Okay.
Oh, that doesn't bode well. Sorry, Logan.
However, notably, Ralph and Brooke don't have pedestals for things that they want.
Hands together.
Is this part of the trap then? Brooke says.
Tucker, partially answering and partially just lamenting a little bit to himself, expresses,
I think it has a squeaky toy inside of it too. Well, if it was real.
Cue phantom squeaking noise. Squeaka, squeaka. Oh wait, I can make an actual squeaking noise.
oh.
Adorable.
How dare you? Brooke chuckles. I'll see if we can find one for you later, Tuck.
He wriggles his tail at that.
Moving forward. Okay, someone besides Ryder do an exploration die. Ryder got a turn.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Oh. Thought about 4.
Okay. As you proceed forward, you almost feel like you're walking behind the walls of the tower. The way that this is, the atmosphere of it, it's slightly claustrophobic as the hallways are just a little too close without squeezing or cramping you. And they're very maze-like. And they do sort of split and branch, but there's always the sensation of whatever way you choose is going to be a way forward. And given what Mewtwo said, you'll probably be back again. Maybe. However, the next chamber that you get into appears to be the kitchen with everything, furniture, cookware, all of it, just all pushed to one side of the room. And there's a single slice of cheese sitting on the floor in the center of the room.
Oh, that's so wasteful.
There is a door on the other side of the kitchen that believe we'll lead you forward.
Tucker's immediate reaction is to sniff towards the cheese. Not necessarily approach it, but sniff it out, see if it's real.
It smells like cheese.
The cheese gives a sense of determination.
So, I'm getting the impression that we shouldn't touch anything, Brooke says. By the way, like, if whoever
order?
designed... Oh, sorry.
After that, he's like, that in order?
By the way, it almost seems like all the furnishings and things are clustered up on the one side of the room as if they are afraid of the cheese.
We gotta save the furniture. Don't worry, I got you. Wanna eat the cheese?
Oh, wait, are you actually going up and eating the cheese?
Yes, I have to save the furniture.
Can I try and stop him?
I
like
If
how
you
Ralph
want-
actually was like, hey, is that an order, Brooke? Oh, you didn't answer fast enough, I'm gonna eat it.
Ralph walking up to grab the cheese and eat it. Ryda, what do you want to do to stop Ralph?
Teleport him away.
Oh, okay. I guess roll teleport?
Just like away from the cheese.
Just blink him back a few steps.
Maybe even forward, just past the cheese. Keep it going.
Okay.
Teleport Ralph forward enough he walks into the door. But yes, please do roll your teleport roll for that.
It's a really strong roll.
That is a strong roll. Do you want to attempt to, like, resist that in any manner?
I don't feel like I see it coming, so nah.
Okay. Brooke nearly answers Ralph, but then frowns as he teleports backwards? Or for... Well, do you want it backwards or forwards?
I'll say forward, so that way he keeps going towards the door.
Okay. Yeah, Ralph, you end up teleported just beyond the cheese.
No. I like to imagine I'm like bending down to pick it up and then I'm suddenly jutted forward.
On second thought, yes, that's an order.
Fine, we won't rescue the furniture.
I appreciate Ralph's sad Homer, though.
There is a puff of smoke from towards the ceiling as Ralph laments this. Probably all the better anyway. That slice of cheese is pretty bad. And there's just a knock towel hanging upside down from a chandelier. He has a starry wizard hat on.
Archimedes?
No.
Yes. Or is Ryda actually asking that question?
Wait, what was the question?
No, I was asking out of character, because I'm like, that sounds familiar.
Wait, what was the question? I
man,
missed
that
it.
I was just asking if the Noctowl was Archimedes.
Archimedes. Oh, okay. I get it.
Ralph laughing. That joke was pretty good, huh?
The Noctowl laughs and points a wing at Ralph, like, yeah, you get it. They have in their other wing 1001 Cheese Puns, the book.
Oh no. Tucker just stares up at this owl with just this squint.
You hang
What's
out here
wrong,
too,
little-
huh? I thought this was Hatterene's place.
Well, I got a little trapped here, but I'm not exactly Gruyere over it.
Tucker just flops down an ear.
I'm
I might be
hesitant to ask
suffering
if you
psychic
need help.
damage from this. Brooke's eyes.
Tucker just says,
I'm hesitant to ask if you need help out of here.
There might be cheddar off here.
Crap, is there a cheese that starts with an L?
Limburger?
That doesn't work! Dang it! I can't think of anything that I can convert into Limburger.
Yeah, we better get moving.
I think
I'm
I'm learning
fine.
this point that Tucker hates puns.
Though if you're looking for the person responsible for this, you better be careful Swiss way you decide to go. You better not Limburger here if you want to get anywhere.
Tucker contemplates picking up the cheese and throwing it at him.
Here in Ralph's eyes. What?
You don't know what kind of monsters you might meet along the way.
Ryder begins to get concerned over Ralph's laughter. We were warned not to show emotion.
Tucker
Yeah.
does an angsty teen sigh and just walks around the side of the furniture towards the door. That same sort of sigh that one would do if their parent does something embarrassing around them when they're a teen.
Wensleydale, are you going? I have so many more puns.
I would advise we proceed.
Fair point. Rook
Yeah,
says,
you're right.
move on.
Ryder always has to be the buzzkill.
Tucker would be too in this situation.
Hated, please let us ask this bird questions. Maybe. Nice meeting you, Archimedes. As I pause to think if I can make a cheese pun out of that.
Yeah, as I leave, you're, when it comes to telling jokes, you're a real provolone. That one's a bit forced, but alright. Yeah, you can move us
I
on.
wanted to use mozzarella, but I can't think of anything for mozzarella. So. Nice meeting you as well. Have fun. Au revoir. Sayonara. Mozzarella.
As when we're out of earshot, oh man, that was great. I like that guy.
As you leave, returning to the maze of musty tomes and walls. Okay, somebody who hasn't rolled, roll an exploration die.
Alright, I found it.
Like everybody just basically was like, hey, let's skip this encounter. You can still hear Tucker going a little bit.
Okay, Brooke wins this time. Also, don't worry, you only get that encounter once. I'm so glad I got to use it.
It felt like a punishment.
I liked the encounter. It was fun.
Oh,
Unfortunately,
it was
Ryder
fun.
ruined it.
It was fun. I mean, sure, the jokes were a little cheesy, but I like them.
After
Hey, at
all
least they
that,
don't
I think
fail.
I'm lactose intolerant.
The grin on my face when I said
These puns will literally be the death of us
Alright,
when
I am in a
Hatterene comes.
much better mood after doing that to you all.
oh,
I have to say. It makes up for like
Oh,
anything and
yeah.
everything that has happened over the past week.
I'm glad.
oh.
If this is the punishment I
Bye.
must take to improve your mood, I'll take it.
Don't. Yeah, I'm noticing Tucker's mood. Nah, don't worry about it too much, Tucker. You know what they say? It ain't easy being cheesy.
He just makes that noise and moves forward. In fact, he might step forward first now into the next area.
Oh, excellent! Don't worry
Oh
about
my
Tucker. He's just a little cheesed off, Brooke smirks. Oh god, I've done it to all of you.
Tucker's tail floofs up like he's just gonna block out your guys from his vision. From if he, it's just like blocking your view of him.
Okay, so Tucker, let's have you make an awareness check. Just give me a flat insight.
Oh, this is actually a good point. He's kind of a little bit tense right now. Okay, flat insight. Let's see what happens.
I like to imagine this whole time Ryder's just looking back and forth as they make the jokes. Like, I understand what a joke is, but I don't see how this is funny.
So, you all are gonna get to watch Tucker move forward, just completely ignoring you all, into another open space. And this chamber it feels eerily quiet. And Tucker, you very nearly run into this large, dark statue on a small pedestal of a Corviknight with ruby gemstones for eyes. And it looks like it's made out of this black stone. And the fog here is thicker and creeping on the floor, and the edges of the room, rather than having the walls of books and stone, it's this metal fence like you would see around a graveyard. And just the outside of that fence trails off into nothing.
Huh. Sort of a weird, like, back parking lot fencing kind of vibe. In a very misty, endless environment. Okay. With a statue in the middle. Made of what again?
Of a Corviknight.
Okay. What material, though?
It looks like a black stone. It has ruby eyes. So...
Well, Tucker does nearly collide with it. Indeed. As he still kind of sidelines back at the group, grumbling a little bit. But he does notice before he boops his nose into it. And stops and looks up.
Give me 1 second. Okay, I was like hearing something from, I guess, upstairs. I was concerned for a minute.
Okay.
Anyway. Tucker, I need you to roll will for me.
Okay. Fortunately, still has a bonus. We'll see. Oh, one more. There we go.
Is the first or the second roll your roll?
Oh shit! The second one, because I messed up on the first one.
No, the first one was your perception.
Oh right. Oh, I thought I double rolled. Whoops. Yeah. The 4 roll. The 4 is the right one.
What is your greatest fear?
Do you want something tangible again?
Yes.
Okay.
If you're going to give me a concept, then I can't do anything with it.
Tucker's greatest feelings are based around intangible concepts a lot of times, I actually notice. Alright, something tangible. Well, that's an easy one. The Mariana. It still remains a fear, even as he's been trying to deal with it.
Everyone is going to hear a very familiar, aside from Ryda, very nasty chuckle. And a large paw places itself on the shoulder of the Corviknight statue, and rearing up from behind it is this oversized Mightyena with far too many glowing red eyes that all shift to stare down at you, Tucker.
Tucker stares upwards. First he was looking at the Corviknight statue and kind of scrutinizing the jeweled eyes, but as that pops around the other side of the statue, seemingly from nowhere, whatever rationale he has over the fact that he's run into illusions before in this area doesn't really register of him as he just stares up at it, basically frozen with wide eyes, his body beginning to just shake.
What's wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost.
He says nothing, but he starts to back up.
Can we also see this?
Yes, you can see and hear this.
Okay. If Kyrio wants to do his thing first, but I also wanted to do a thing.
I see some typing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Step forward. I'll turn you into a ghost.
So as Tucker is backing away, I'll do that in a second. The obviously not real Mighty Anna's eyes, just there's a pair for each one of you, and each one of you gets a pair staring at you. And it's really disturbing to watch that happen, because all those eyes do it at once. In the various...
go in different direction.
Yup.
Tucker just is honestly darting his own eyes between all the eyes. He is saying out loud, it's audible if you pay attention,
That's not real. That's not him. That's not real.
Tucker, back to me! Brooke calls to him.
Tucker does finally move with actual purpose upon hearing Brooke call out. He just shuts his eyes and turns around and runs back.
And Ralph will step forward. Yeah, Ralph will step forward. But running because you stupid.
As this demonic caricature of a Mighty Anna pulls itself over from behind the statue, it is large. And the edges of its fur seem to trail off into this black, vaporous smoke. And it growls in this deep, thunderous bass that causes the room to shake. On the bright side for the rest of you, as it's starting to climb over the statue, it blocks your view of the statue. Which, side note, the way behind you isn't blocked. For those of you who need to know the layout.
Tucker... Oh, sorry.
Sorry, there's a Brookline. I'll let you do that in a
yeah.
sec. If you want him, you gotta go through us, Brooke says, as he mentally compares this to the version he fought in Sea Spray. The one you fought in Sea Spray was definitely not as coherent an illusion. As
Or
nasty
large.
as that was. It almost feels like the room is creaking and bending outward to accommodate the size of the sphere.
Tucker just runs behind Brooke, seeming to only have a snap to action because Brooke gave him a command to follow, besides his own fear. He basically just leans against Brooke's thigh, hiding behind him. And Brooke can easily tell that Tucker is basically hyperventilating and clearly trying to calm himself down, but struggling.
Rydo will slowly walk forward in front of Brooke and next to Ralph, looking at the situation and understanding, so this is the fear of it. And then Rydo will, just ever so slightly, hover the seer orb into the illusion.
So as you hover the orb to the illusion, it opens its jaws in an unnatural manner. Like its face splits open vertically and it snaps shut around your orb. And there's a very, very tangible ringing noise as those fangs graze over its surface.
This might be a dumb thing, but I'm gonna walk towards it.
Okay! Now it's somebody else's turn to stop Ryda!
Well,
Ryda doesn't believe it's real.
Ralph's in front, right? So Ryda's going to be walking past Ralph.
Yup.
I'm gonna approach to back her up. Like, all right, let's do this. We that catwalk meme of like the three dudes walking up to him. Yeah, that's us right now.
I'm gonna wait to see what Brooke does before I proceed.
Like, all right, Ryder, let's clap this nerd.
I'll back you up with a lucky chant.
Ryda, Ralph, this thing is an illusion, but remember where we are.
Oh, so wise.
And then it spits out the orb. Do. At Brooke. Oh shit, that would be a crit. You can try to catch it. Why not? Screw it. Give me a dex fight brawl.
Considering this is my orb and I would have some control over it, could I help try and slow it down a bit?
Yes. You may attempt to assist with a special fight chant, which I know is a very good... Oh, you missed your dice. Meets it, beats it, and you would get a big bonus from that.
Actually, that's quite some high rolls.
There's some big rolls. It spits it out, and Ryda, you try to catch the orb back into your psychokinetic field, or whatever you would like to call it. And Brooke ends up catching the orb before it beans him on the face. And the illusion lunges forward. One large scythe-clawed paw for each of the defenders. Well, dang. Also, yes, that is one roll for both of you. You can choose to evade or do something, but it is currently attacking Ryda and Ralph.
Awesome.
I would definitely like to evade. What's the roll for that?
Dex fight evasion.
Okay.
I'm gonna brace myself with my trusty dusty shield.
Oh, that's right, you have a shield.
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually
Yeah,
a point. I forgot about that too. A very scary shield.
Ryda is on point with these rolls today.
It's like, boom.
Okay, that reduces... Well, that'll reduce their accuracy against you. So if you want to, I guess you could do an evade roll, and we can play it off as like a shield parry.
Yeah, let's see here. Alright, here it is.
Right, you are able to duck out of the way of the very large claws that.
It's okay, Kyrio.
Oh, very nice.
If you look at the names really quickly, since they both start with R.
Yeah, it's. I use the colors a lot of the time.
Also the same number of characters, so.
But yeah, I knew that was Ryda's. Ralph's was the second roll. Yeah, Ralph, you're fine. You were able to deflect the attack with your shield, though there is a nasty crunching noise as the claws scrape over it. Ryda is able to completely evade the attack, but you feel the wind as it passes by you. Whatever sort of illusion has been generated here is very tangible. Ryda, you would remember from when your master was attempting to teach you that, oh yes, illusions can hurt. They can hurt you very badly. The right, or in some cases, wrong Pokemon strong enough with the ability to generate illusions can kill people.
I mean, an illusion is just a fake version of something. That doesn't mean that something fake can't do damage.
Pretty sure Brooke learned that the hard way in Obsidian Sky. This is true! I have implied many times that illusions can hurt.
Ooh, I thought of a loophole. As I'm gonna like shift my I'm gonna shift the shield for the spear.
Sorry, what were you saying, Hydra?
How many illusions does Double Team create? Just like one copy?
Looking at Double Team. So, the illusory copies from Double Team are from moving quickly. I forget if we discussed you being able to just make copies of yourself with Double Team or not.
Yeah, essentially it was flavor text to just be illusions of just copies.
Okay.
Instead of actually moving quickly.
Okay, yeah. Because that makes more sense for Ryda, because Ryda is not... Ryda may be fast, but Ryda is not, like, a speed character. So, the illusions from Double Team would not be tangible in that same sense. Think of it like mirror image from traditional...
I know they're not gonna be tangible.
Yeah.
That wasn't my intent with them. I just want to know how many I can create.
Oh, I guess use it and roll me a d6? I hadn't thought about that, I'm sorry. I got caught up in the explanation.
Nice.
Anyway, while you do that, I'll read Brooke's line. Brooke kneels and picks up Tucker under his arm, letting him cling to his back, and tossing the orb back to Ryda. Alright, team, use your imagination.
Is this basically a piggyback? Okay.
Yeah. Ryda, you get 6 because you crit.
Sweet.
You crit hard. That was 8. Holy crap, the dice love you.
Tucker does cling pretty tightly to Brooke. He's not going to be falling off. One could be glad that Tucker doesn't have long nails. He'd probably be digging in a bit otherwise. True, he does have thick skin.
I will then scatter my copies sort of all around him to, like, get his attention from as many directions as possible with the many eyes.
So you do that, and more eyes open up over its body.
Oh,
And it grows an extra set of limbs.
Can I
They
ask...
just
Oh,
okay, yes, go ahead and ask, and then Tubby say thing.
okay. Was just asking when Tucker gets another will roll.
No, the will roll was for the trap itself.
I know. But Tucker is attempting to... He's currently keeping his eyes shut and just trying to focus on calming down. He's struggling at it, but I'm curious if he could get a will roll at some point.
Oh, I see. Not to resist the effect, but for other purposes. You may make one now.
Okay.
Okay, Tubby, go. What were you going to say?
I'm imagining myself plunging this here spear through his back. Ooh, and seeing it change its size, wonder if I could focus on, like, becoming large, since it's, like, weird, illusionary bullshit going on.
Weird illusionary bullshit.
Probably not the illusionary bullshit you think is going on, but I appreciate the thought.
Yeah.
You can attack with the spear if you like. If you want to try and focus your psychic powers to influence the area and make yourself bigger, I will allow it. I'll allow you to attempt anyway.
Yeah.
But go ahead with your spear thing first, as I explain that, like, these two shadowy limbs extrude from its sides into new claws that start slamming down on the illusory Raidas as it thrashes about.
You cannot hide from me.
Oh,
Yeah, you're gonna be able to hit
it. That a crit?
That is a crit.
Hell yeah.
Now it looks more like a spider than a mighty Yenna. Kind of.
Crit's another flat damage or another die, I forget.
Crits, I believe, are +2 dice. I may not be
Sweet.
remembering that right, but also we're gonna play fast and loose.
Do you have an opinion on Tucker's roll? Because I do, if you don't.
Yeah, I was waiting to know what you felt about that roll.
Right. So the way I feel about that roll is that Tucker is still... Brooke can hear it clearly, even if he's talking quietly given his position, but Tucker is saying things like,
Not again. Just like other time. It's not real.
but it seems like he's really trying to convince himself of this fact that it's an illusion, as much as he knows it is, rationally. Tucker is neither getting worse nor getting better with his panic.
You rolled a 5 on the stab.
Excellent.
One fist spear into its back.
You've got it, Tucker, Brooke says. Even if it wasn't an illusion, I know you can face this jerk.
I can?
He sort of stammers.
So, Ralph, you plunge the spear into the back of this thing, and it slowly starts to rise up as another pair of limbs extrudes out, pushing its body further into a very strange and unnatural standing position for it to tower over you. By the way, you are now close to the Corviknight statue. I need you to roll me, Will, Ralph.
Oh no.
Boy.
My new hypothesis: destroy the statue.
Not the gumdrop bugs. Of course you can. Are you kidding? Think of all the other powerful and natural things we've faced. What's a dumb little Mightyena? Okay, let me look. Okay, you succeed. By the way, since Ralph has now succeeded, yeah, you need to make 2 successes on a will check. It is just unfortunate that Tucker ran ahead for this room and rolled 1. So I both apologize, but also...
Yeah, I want to focus on becoming taller.
Okay.
to like kaiju fight this thing.
You
See if I can tap into the psychic mumbo jumbo.
alright. Give me a special contest channel. Also, I apologize if I made it difficult to talk.
No, I just felt it was better to flow it this way in text.
I don't like that.
Do you want me to do the line, or...?
Did you already voice Brooks Light? I kind of
Yes.
blinked, actually. Okay.
Yes, I voiced Brooks.
No, I can do it. I was just figuring I'd do this because there's also battling happening in front. But if there's time for it, then the Puccina tries to focus.
Maybe. I don't want to be scared.
I'm gonna use up my hat since we're probably not much longer.
Okay.
Can I lucky chant Ralph? Well, technically everyone, since we're all in the room.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Yeah. What's Lucky Chant do for me?
Lucky chant, ignore 2 1s in all their rolls, and if an opponent would land a critical hit, it does not. Good things happen at my discretion. Actually, that's important, that last bit. Alright. Brooke smiles. You don't have to be. You're not alone. We're Team Cheer. We can do anything, as long as we have each other, right? Even this.
Do you think you can cower and hide from me?
As it looms over all of you, all eyes now trained down on Tucker.
He kind of whimpers and tries to block out one voice while listening to another is difficult for him.
I will hunt your every moment. You are mine.
And it begins to stoop, reaching down for Tucker.
Which means reaching down for Brooke in the process.
Instead of paws, it now has these sort of twisted, gnarled hands that end in hook claws. It is getting almost cartoonishly contorted.
Question.
Yes.
If I were to combine Calm Mind and Heal Pulse, would I be able to Calm Mind a teammate?
I would let you try, because you intrigue me.
I would like to Calm Mind Tucker.
You may roll both, but I will require the second roll to have a penalty.
Okay.
Ryda's first Mel move. I don't know, Ryda's got a lot of ideas for those.
Well, I don't think it needs to be stated, but there's going to be no resistance if Ryda tries this.
Also, I've already set precedent in the game world for people to be able to calm mind other Pokemon.
Also have to remember Lucky Chant still exists.
Holy shit, yeah. Yeah, just ignore 2 of those 1s, but you still roll a 3.
Game took a while to process that roll for some reason.
What do you say, Tucker? Brooke asks. Do you want to be haunted by this loser your whole life? Yeah, do you want to end up like Riley? Shots fired.
No. No. I'm better than that.
So, Ryda, you send out this wave of calming energy to Tucker. And you are in luck. Tucker's a dark type. That would normally make this difficult. Which, by the way, yeah, I realized from certain backstory that it would have also been difficult for this to work for certain other characters in their backstory. Luckily for you, Tucker has a certain item in their possession that makes this a lot easier.
Well, that's true.
Temporary as that is. So, Tucker, you receive the benefits of this. And it's like the fear is eroded away with every pulse of energy. And as this is happening, that dark, shadowy hand reaching down for you, the gnarled, grating voice of this illusion echoing in the room. Ralph, who has been very patient with me.
Indeed.
So as you're concentrating, this thing is moving and thrashing about, and you're trying to make yourself big. Your hands slip. You fall onto the statue. So while you do not get big, you crush the statue.
What is Ralph's size in relation to the statue, out of curiosity, then?
Ralph is probably either equal in size or probably a bit smaller than the Corviknight statue itself, not counting the pedestal.
Okay.
It's
Fair
a
enough.
pretty big statue. Corviknight are pretty big.
Yeah, they are. I actually was wondering how big it was.
So there's this rather loud thud and the sound of breaking rocks and scattering pebbles. And then there's this sort of inverted sigh. You know the kind, like you would hear it in a ghost movie that lets you know like a ghost is either appearing or going.
Mm-hmm.
And the illusion is gone. Like that.
My theory was correct.
The only thing that even suggests it was there is the distortions in the mist on the room floor. Should I do Brooke's thing first?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Remember that fear isn't a weakness. It's a motivator. You can control it. Turn it outward and make it a weapon, Brooke says, as things start to calm down. We really should have dealt with this sooner. I'm sorry.
Between the calm mind and the... Well, his eyes are shut, but he can hear the fact that it's silent, or certainly a lot quieter than it was a little bit ago. He still clings tightly to Brooke's back a bit, but he starts to relax as he listens to the advice and feels the effects of the calm mind.
I'm sorry too.
Tucker just breathes for a moment before kind of loosening his grip and just slipping back down to the ground. Finding his footing and definitely taking a hesitation before peeking around Brooke to see and confirm that it's gone. He kind of just looks at the ground for a second.
I'm sorry that this keeps scaring me. But you're right, Brooke. I don't want that thing to affect me my whole life and stop me from growing.
He kind of pauses and looks a little more contemplative on that statement. Anybody who has enough insight may figure out that he's talking about evolution as well.
Hey, you get braver every time. You didn't even go feral this time. Brick smiles encouragingly.
Tucker does think about that and maybe just reservedly wriggles the end of his tail a bit.
I guess. Still, sorry for just bumping into that thing. I think I was getting too frustrated.
But yeah, Ryda and Ralph, you saved the day.
You did.
uh,
Tucker does actually look up and kind of observe those two are... Well, it's kind of obvious they were fighting. They're probably looking a little winded.
Thank
okay,
you,
nobody got
everyone.
hurt.
Yeah, surprisingly, no one got hurt.
Yeah.
Also, Ryder nods to Tucker, and then proceeds to scavenge through the rubble of the statue to see if they can find the gems.
There are no gems when you go to look for them. So they were probably part of the construct.
I see.
And in fact, the rubble slowly begins to turn into mist as well, and fade away into the floor.
Tucker kind of exhales for a moment as that rubble does disappear.
That's a handy way to clean up.
Every bit of it was just fake.
He kind of acknowledges and seems to think about it for a second.
Perk rubs his head. We were all a little too reckless. We should expect a place like this to pick at our deepest scars. Look, at least y'all didn't run. Then it would chase you. Innocent DM face.
Ryder does not run. If they retreat, they teleport.
Tucker sort of focuses his vision forward.
Next time this comes up, I want to stand strong. I can't just ignore it and how I feel, whether it's real or fake.
He actually looks a little teary-eyed at that, kind of letting out some emotions that were perhaps building up. Though he wipes it away with a paw shortly after.
You're right, Brooke. He is just a dumb idea now. He doesn't matter.
I will say I'm very fond of the Ralph Ryder combination. Wasn't expecting to, but I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, we both go so far in opposite directions that we end up meeting on the other side of the circle.
I forgot about Lucky Chance's little caveat at the end, and I was like, oh wait, I know exactly what this is going to do.
I like the fact that this is kind of a retread of previous traumas for Tucker, it's also something that Ryder hasn't seen firsthand before, so it's kind of I feel appropriate for it to come up again, actually.
It was unintended, too. And yet, everything just sort of played out this way. I could not script this, everybody. I could not write this into happening. Also, I wouldn't, because I'd already done it to poor Tucker before, and in what I believe to be a better manner, so... Anyway, Brooke's line. Bravery happens when we act in spite of fear, not without it, Brooke says. Think we can be brave moving forward?
Tucker nods to that, and does seem to honestly believe it this time.
Well, yeah. But first...
He kind of hesitates for a second.
Can I get a pet?
Oh.
My heart.
Brooke chuckles and rubs Tucker's head.
The pup kind of rumbles a little bit. It's a happier sound. He closes his eyes and takes the pet for a second before wriggling his body a little bit.
Alright. I think I'm ready.
I like the chat reaction too. There be a Brookline.
Good job, Tucker. He gets up. And you two did great. I knew I could count on you.
Yes, of course, of course.
You are
Yes,
very
we are.
welcome.
Yeah, Ralph and Ryder. Ryder and Ralph. That could be a new sitcom.
A sitcom?
Oh, it's short for situational comedy. You see, it's where you get a situation that is inherently funny, but the people watching don't know it's funny. Or the people watching do know it's funny, but the characters don't really understand they're in a funny situation. They have stage plays here, right?
My
Theaters and
fucking
stuff.
god! I never knew I never knew that sitcom stood for that. Actually, thanks for teaching me.
The more you know with Ralph. How strange.
Yeah, I've been told I'm kind of strange.
Brookline.
Brooke starts heading forward. Let's try to actually keep together this time.
You
That-
got it, boss.
To that note, Tucker does follow Brooke right side by side like a dog on a walk. He will be more attentive now.
This time Rydo will try and take charge.
Okay. Who hasn't rolled an exploration die? This will probably be our last chamber.
I
for
have
the-
not.
Okay.
Alright, let's see here. Some good, some good. 4.
Ralph knows the most about his human life out of all of us, so I just kind of assume anything Weirdy says is related to that. Brooke shrugs an explanation. 4. So,
Oh boy.
as you all go to move forward, the mist gets thicker, and then you find yourselves walking into the hydroponics chamber.
Oh,
Mewtwo is just sort of laying in the hammock, and he's sipping a drink with a little umbrella in it, and he turns his head over and just raises his glass up. Yo. I knew
but
you'd be
are you the real Mewtwo though?
I can guarantee you have walked straight back into the normal tower.
I think to prove you're the real Mewtwo, you should give me another plan. Otherwise, how do we know?
But that's work. And I'm relaxing. They slouch a bit more in the hammock.
If anything, that proves it's the Mewtwo more.
Oh.
Tucker looks
Wow.
a little annoyed that they've literally gone through all that to end up in a circle, but
I guess you're right about it looping us back. How often will that happen, you think?
Perk sighs. Did we fail a test, or did they just decide to dump us outside randomly? Think of it less like failing and more like the defenses managed to dump you back out here. How to put it? Do you know how mystery dungeons work?
Wait. I once played this game a long time ago with this forest, and the forest went all different ways, and if you took the wrong turn, you were back at the start.
Effectively,
Is it
the
like
same
that?
thing.
Yeah.
The layout of a mystery dungeon is different every time you go inside. Most structures aren't like that. The places of power are those affected by unusual phenomena, including the inhabitation of legendaries, and they just sort of point at themselves, tend to generate them. So,
I should become a legendary one day.
I'm
that'd be
sure
fun.
you would like that. They yawn and stretch. Unsatisfying, Brooke announces and goes back into the crack.
Alright, I'll follow Megan. Wait,
Is-
what do you mean, Brooke? We got to hear all those tease jokes. That's not following.
Oh, I wondered where Archimedes went.
Tucker takes a
Yeah,
moment to
it's
say it
good.
aside.
Yeah, he's like stuck in there, so then I guess you should save him. I don't know.
I don't know, I kind of like not having to deal with terrible puns every 5 minutes.
Right?
Tucker just kind of perks up.
I feel like that's a good note for us to end on. As short as this session has been.
Oh.
I'm just gonna award everyone 4 points, 2 for the session, 1 for dealing with puns, and 1 for dealing with the rest.
What's the addition? What's that add up to?
4.
4 total.
4? Okay. Alright. Blah 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 blah. Let me know if your experience can't be added to your sheet. I'll add it for you. Blah blah. The usual. Also, do I keep the defense and special defense boosts of Cal Mine for right now?
No.
Okay. Figured I'd check. Excuse me.
Despite this being probably my shortest session, it has also been the most fun.
I'm about to keep track
Yeah,
of time.
this
was a good. Short periods of session does not mean bad session. It all depends on what you do with it. This was good.
Yes, it was very good. Also, the thing I had to pause for earlier, apparently there was a mouse in the recycling. I caught 2 of them and there's more!
You know, rats and mice are great, except for when they're not.
Look, I've said it before, but, like, as much as I hate to have to use the glue traps on them, I have no alternative. I have tried
I don't
poison,
blame
I
you.
have tried deterrents.
It sucks when a reasonably interesting animal to have as a pet is unfortunately a pest instead.
Yeah, well, it doesn't help that I'm pretty sure, like, it doesn't help that the other townhouses probably also attract them.
I understand. Basically, what you're saying is you might be slightly more cleanly of a place than your neighbors, unfortunately.
I don't know about that, but I also know we're not bad.
Okay. Unfortunately, when you share an apartment or a town or site, it's always hard to say, like, is this my fault or is this because my neighbor did something? Like, such is life, I suppose.
Also, Sith, I had a cat. The cat did not get rid of the mice.
It's a common misconception. I mean, cats can do that, but, like, the mice can go places the cats can't, so it's not really a perfect solution.
And the other thing is, if you have a cat, you can't use traps like I do, because then the cat might get hurt.
Yeah.
And I refuse. That's one of the reasons it took so long to actually use the traps that I do now, is because we had the cat, and it was like, well, I'll set out the poison traps, but, you know, that didn't work. Actually, that's a good idea. I have extra poison blocks left over from when I bought refills. I'll probably stick one in my recycle bin.
Hope you can get that problem under control. I know that it's been bothering you, like, affecting your sleep too, right? So.
Not lately, sleep-wise. I think either the one that was affecting my sleep is gone, or, like, it fell and can't get back to where it was.
I can relate, though, because I have lived in places where scratching in the walls was a thing. It is surprisingly disturbing. I'll be honest.
It's not even that, like, it's creepy or anything, but it's disturbing in the way that...
Oh, yeah,
like,
I didn't mean that way.
It is surprisingly loud.
Yeah.
But, you know, side rant aside, I hope you all enjoyed the session tonight. I apologize that it was so brief, but also...
I also apologize that it was so brief, since that was mostly my fault.
Yes.
But I do have to say that whenever we do Pokerole, I do always feel a bit better after the end of it. So...
A fun little dungeon. You haven't finished the dungeon!
We got nowhere.
Well, okay, you didn't get nowhere. You've actually effectively disabled one of the defenses.
So, wait, I was actually didn't understand. Was exiting a random circumstance, or was it because of a failure state of the last puzzle?
Random circumstance.
Random
it is one of the rolls.
So, okay. Fair enough, yeah. I was wondering about that.
There are 7 chambers, one of which you can only get to once, i.e. the Archimedes chamber. Everything else is a random roll. It might spit you out into a construct defense chamber, like the 2 that you got, or it might spit you out into a real room that might or might not have a defense in it.
So everything can be repeated except for the Archimedes room. So even this like mystery dungeon-esque thing itself doesn't like Archimedes, and will only show him up once. Like nobody. Look, we'll suffer. Like you'll have to suffer the traps, but you don't have to suffer Archimedes more than once.
I can only do the puns so often, and there are only so many.
Avoid a 4 in the future. I suppose so. We'll just avoid that roll as we can.
I can always gloss over 4, but 4 is also like, oh, you're back in hydroponics. You can take a rest if you want.
That's true. It's at the very least, this is technically kind of low intensity as far as failure states or bad rolls go, compared to some of the other situations that our team has been put up against in more dangerous locations.
Unless the unexplored rooms have other physical traps, I think we disabled the most terrifying one.
The most rough one.
Both because it was a scary one, and also because it's probably the most dangerous.
Yeah. But we'll see what else is in store. I don't know how many rooms there are, after all. So we'll have to see. Or maybe not see, depending on how our luck goes. But in any case, I hope you all had a decent night. Car, are you going right to bed?
Yes.
Okay.
It is late and I'm tired.
I understand. All right. Do you have a... Let's see. What is... No, tomorrow's your Thursday. Yeah. So... Should really realize that. But, you know, I'm bad at remember days and how they line up. Like, what day's after Wednesday? Huh. Give me a second to think about that. But, yeah. I'll talk to you more on... Well, if you have time tomorrow, but probably for Friday or something.
Probably Friday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any idea when the next session will be?
Should be in 2 weeks.
So would that fall on January 4th?
It would appear to.
Yeah.
Well then, I guess next session will be on my birthday.
Okay.
Oh, happy birthday session.
Fair enough. As long as you're available that day.
Hopefully. I'll
Okay.
try my best.
Okay. I mean, it's later in the night, so post-party?
I'm not really into parties. My celebration is go to Applebee's and get chicken tendies.
Fair enough. I haven't been to an Applebee's in a long time. But I do know of them. Pretty good food. But yeah. Well, that being said, I guess I shall outro the video now. I hope you all did enjoy session 96. We are approaching 100, and something special will occur when we hit 100, as you might imagine. It's a bit of a milestone. So, yeah, 3 more episodes till then. So we'll see more Pokerole, episode 97, in 2 weeks from now. And yes, we should be back on schedule properly. So look forward to that. It'll probably be a longer session as well. But yes, thank you everyone for joining. Again, I apologize to both the player group and to the viewer group that I caused delays today. I had to sort out emotions, and I do apologize for that. But I hope we could all move forward okay with that. But yes, I very much care about you guys, and thank you for a great session. Both the players and users. Players and DM for, you know, obviously making this game happen with me, and users for making it all the more fun and enriching the experience, honestly, with your opinions and ideas and just your passion for the interest in the game. I appreciate it a lot. So, will there be a new starting gift as a session 100? Probably not, because I couldn't really get a new gift together. I'd like to get a new gift together at some point, but there will be other changes, though, so. The Galarmons have models now. Well, some of them do. I actually should check that. I should actually check that thing that the guy was making, see if he updated it. He hadn't updated for like a month or two, or like, yeah, about a month, so I haven't checked in the last month, though. Maybe he did an update. All of them do, actually. Did he complete it? I was like waiting for updates. This thing? Really? I was like waiting for updates, and then this one seems to be unupdated. You're gonna have to tell me where these models are, because it must be a different person then. Share me the link. It must be a different person that was doing the models, because this one's is not updated. But in any case, I don't know, because on Golf Ball, figure out where on Golf got them so that I could also get them. That would be very helpful. But anyways, yeah. Hope you have a good night, everybody. Thank you again for coming by. And I'll see you in 2 weeks for the next Pokerole episode. Of course, see you for other streams in the meantime.